Hey everyone! Just warming up for today's class session. So, today, by the way, it's raining a little bit. So, if I look a little bit wet, it's because it's raining outside. Today's class, this is going to be a fun one because there's so many, I think, equestrians that are in boat A. They're sitting in Camp A, and I'm going to dive in that in a minute. They're equestrian A, and they really want to be equestrian B, but they don't really know how. And so today I'm going to kind of unlock a lot of those secrets. Before we dive in, if you guys are joining me live or in the recording, I want you to go ahead and comment. Okay, comment where in the world you are joining me from. And if it's raining outside, sunny outside, snowing outside, comment where in the world you're from and what the weather is like. So a little bit rainy today, and you know what? We needed the rain, so I'm glad for that. So, okay, today's topic is I'm going to be talking about basically there's two different types of equestrians, okay? There are those who succeed, which by the way is only about 6% of the world's population, okay? 6% of the world's population achieve their goals. Okay? 6% is not very much. Okay? So there's those who succeed and then there's those who don't. Okay? And by success, I mean achieving your goals. Okay? You are successful if you set a goal and you achieve it. You're not successful if and then you never achieve that goal. Okay? So what is this difference between the 6% who achieve their goals and that 94% who don't? That's really what I'm going to be talking about today, and whether or not you're equestrian A or equestrian B. Okay? Comment right now, 6%. Okay? Comment right now, 6%, because I want you guys to be in the 6%. Okay? I'm gonna comment that too, because I'm definitely in the 6%. Okay? Comment right now, 6%. I need you guys to participate. I need you to comment. I need you to bounce around, dance a little bit, like get yourselves pumped and excited, because just sitting and watching a video doesn't change your life. Okay? Participating. Okay? Putting these strategies and techniques that I'm going to talk about today into action, taking notes, writing it down. Like, this is how you change lives. Okay? It's not by sitting in a chair watching a YouTube video. Okay? We have to actually make you act, make you put these changes into action. Okay? So comment right now, 6%. Okay. What is the biggest difference between the 6% who succeed and the other 94%? Is it money? Okay, I want you to comment right now if you think that it's money. Okay, is it good looks? Okay, is that why they succeed? Is it good looks? Comment right now, good looks, if you think it's good looks. Is it health? Some people are healthier than others. Do you think that's why? If so, comment health. Is it luck? Okay, comment luck if you think it's luck. Or is it nepotism? Yeah, is it nepotism? Comment if you think that's it. Yeah, maybe you're the daughter of Bill Gates. Okay, comment if that's what you think. Or is it natural talent? Okay, if you think it's natural talent, I want you to comment that. Which one do you think it is? Money, good looks, health, luck, just talent? Come on, where are you guys at? I want to see. Comment. Which ones do you think it is? Trick question, because the answer is none. None of those things. Okay, the reason that 6% succeed and the other 94% don't, the answer is actually time. Okay, not just time, but how are you spending your time? And I'm going to dive into that now. So I want to paint a picture for you guys. Okay, there's two different equestrians. There's equestrian A and there's equestrian B. Now, the first equestrian wakes up at 6 a.m. She goes to feed her horses, spends an hour or so mixing various supplements and potions together. She soaks them, rounds up her horses, collects them in the stalls, feeds them. Okay. After feeding her horses, what does she do? She runs inside, grabs a quick breakfast, shower. It's around 7:30, 8 a.m. in the morning. And then she heads to her day job. Okay. Got to have a day job. Somebody's got to pay for the horses, right? So there she spends the next 8 hours at work, basically wishing she was with her horses. Okay, during her lunch break, she's playing on social media. She's watching YouTube videos. She's reading blogs and articles, really just trying to dabble on her phone, time pass a little bit, see if she can find some interesting tips or resources or information online, which she can maybe use later to improve her riding. The problem is there's a lot of noise online. half of the articles she reads she already knows or doesn't make sense to her or they're too advanced for her and her horses anyways. Okay, so she's sifting through a lot of noise online during her lunch break. Okay, after lunch, she keeps working. Again, gotta have that day job, gotta pay for the horses, right? After work, she heads home, sits in traffic for an hour, arrives at the stables, let's say around 5 p.m. By that time, like she's already tired, exhausted. Honestly, she only has the energy to ride like one of her horses. Maybe she owns multiple horses, but she only has the energy to ride one. So she chooses her favorite horse, spends at least an hour grooming that horse, saddling, fussing over her horse, chatting to her friends and family on the phone as she does. You know, she's got to kind of defuse a little bit after work. Okay. Then she gets, doesn't have a plan. So she kind of floats around the arena for an hour. Because she was at work all day, kind of sifting through this noise, again, she doesn't really have a plan. Maybe her plan is, oh, I have a riding instructor coming once a week. So she's kind of thinking in her brain, you know what? I can just float around today, blow off some steam. No big deal. Because at the end of the week, I'm going to have one riding lesson. So right now, let's just kind of escape and not worry too much. Okay. After she's done riding her horse for an hour, she finishes riding. It's maybe like 7 o'clock at night. So she unsaddles, preps, the next day's morning feed, blah, blah. By the time she gets home, it's like 8 o'clock in the evening. Dinner is really like something quick and fast because she's too tired to really do much of anything else. Her energy has been just completely depleted from the day's work and chores. And honestly, she just kind of makes whatever is easiest before she crashes on the couch and starts like watching TV. Okay. That's equestrian A. Before I get into equestrian B, who here is kind of feeling like a little bit like equestrian A? Okay. The day kind of gets away from you. You're so busy like working and doing chores. You're kind of sifting through a lot of noise on the internet, maybe trying to get tips and resources for riding that by the time you actually do ride your horse, you don't have very much energy. You don't really know what it is you're going to work on that day. You figure, oh, I have a weekly riding lesson, so I'll just worry about that, for my 1 hour ride later this weekend. So you just kind of float around the arena, don't accomplish very much. And honestly, you just kind of cruise around. Who here identifies or relates with equestrian A? And I want you to be honest because I didn't just invent this person. I didn't pull it out of a hat. I've met this person. I've seen this person a million billion times. Okay. This is what I would call the 94% of all equestrians. Okay. The 94%. But I don't want you to be the 94%. You're in this group, the ambitious equestrian, because you want to be in that 6%. Okay. You want to be in that 6% of equestrians who achieve their goals. So now let's talk about equestrian B, because equestrian B, she's achieving her goals. By the way, equestrian B, she also has the same schedule. Okay, she also wakes up at 6 a.m. But she is on a training plan. Her horse is on a training plan. So she wakes up the same time as equestrian A. But guess what? She starts her day with a 45-minute workout session to improve her fitness. After that, she's energized. She's ready to go. She feeds her horses quickly while listening to an audiobook to improve her mindset. Okay. She knows that working on her mental health and mindset, it's just as important to her sport as learning actual riding techniques. Okay. So she's feeding horses and feeding. After that, she grabs a light breakfast, shower, heads off to the work. Again, same time as equestrian A. She's also like equestrian A, sitting in traffic on the way to work. However, during that time sitting in traffic, instead of saying, oh, traffic, oh, I hate it, this is annoying and frustrating, instead of that, she's actually leveraging her time sitting in traffic to listen to more audio lessons. So she opens her phone before she starts driving, presses play on her phone, and starts listening to those audio lessons from her coach's training plan, which she intends to do later that day on her horse. So as she's driving and sitting in traffic, she's already basically getting a riding lesson in her brain on her way to work. She's already getting riding tips and information, not sifting through noise on social media. Okay. Once she's at work, because she's already spent maybe 30, 40 minutes listening to mindset audio lessons on her phone while feeding her horse and listening to riding techniques and training plans and lessons in traffic, now she can be like laser focused at work. Okay, so she also 8 hours has a day job, got to pay for horses somehow, but she doesn't have to daydream about horses or stress or worry about what it is she's going to work on this evening. She doesn't have to play on social media, kind of peeping on other horsey influencers, getting jealous or feeling guilty that she's not spending time with her horse. No, she's already done a couple hours of working on her fitness, working on her mindset, working on her riding techniques. So she can actually spend 100% of her energy at work on work. Okay. So she's making the money that she needs to afford the competition season mapped out for her that year. Okay. She has nothing to stress or worry about. It's already done. Okay. So during her lunch, she's also jumping back on, re listening to her course material audio lessons, or she's opening her workbook, filling out her exercise plan, her lesson plan, filling out her thing from yesterday, like documenting and journaling, like whatever it is. But she's got her workbook, which she's flipping through and choosing, ooh, this is the one that I want to do. Okay. The thing is, when she's playing in that workbook, it's more out of curiosity than anything because she already has it. Okay. She already knows this is what I'm working on. Okay. So having that plan, that physical workbook in her hands, it makes her feel that sense of peace and calm because, again, she knows exactly what she's doing later that day with her horse. Again, day job, 8 hours goes by. After work, sits in traffic on the way to the barn, but she doesn't mind. Okay, this is cool down time for her. It gives her mind the chance to transition from work brain to her horse brain. Okay, can you guys comment horse brain for me? Okay, how many of you guys, you go to the barn and you're still in work brain and you can't commit 100% of time to your horse? Okay, so equestrian B, she's already switching in the drive home from work brain to horse brain. Okay, and she's doing that because as she is driving in traffic, again, she's jumping on that coaching call with her coach, or she's listening to one of those audio lessons. Okay, she's already listening and feeding her mind even more. That way, by the time she arrives at the barn, she's motivated, re energized, she's inspired, and honestly, she's ready to like get to work with her horse. Okay. She then saddles her horse in total silence. She's already spent the day feeding her mind. Okay. She spends that time saddling her horse in total silence. She's able to observe her horse. She's able to bond with her horse. And she's really able to like tune into her horse's every breath. Okay. She can be present with her horse. How many of us are running around in our day not present? Okay. So I want you to comment right now, like, be present. Okay. Be present with your horse. So she's present with her horse. It was so tired after work that she needed to call her friends and family to vent and rant about her day. Okay. Whereas equestrian B, she doesn't need to do that. She's totally 100% present and with her horse. Okay. She mounts her horse, opens her phone to the audio lessons in our horse riding lessons app. Okay. The ones which she's been assigned for by the day, by me, by her coach. Okay. She's got a training plan, which she has to stick to, and I'm going to hold her to it. So she's ready to put in that work because she knows all she has to do is open her phone and press play on the lesson I told her to do. Then she rides her horse, and guess what? She can focus 100% on her tasks. Every single time she rides, she can inch closer and closer towards her goals of competing at the end of the month. After her short, sweet, but laser focused ride, she again can unsaddle in total silence and really reflect on the day's ride. Once her horse is taken care of, she then opens her workbook, fills out her after lesson reflection section. Okay, she documents and keeps track of her results in today's session. Maybe even she screenshots it, takes a picture of it, sends it to me to keep me in the loop as her coach. Okay, later at home, she's going to send me her updates along with a riding video, which she made earlier. Okay, she's going to send me those videos to keep me in the loop so that I can then send her my critiques and feedback on what it is that she needs to improve. Okay. That means the next morning, she can actually wake up, watch her critique before her workout the next day, and know what it is she needs to work on that day. Okay. So she's already in one day accomplished more than what Equestrian A is going to accomplish in a week. Because Equestrian A, who's waiting for that one weekly riding lesson, guess what? The 4 times a week she's riding without her instructor, she's developing incorrect muscle memory. Okay. We need 10,000 hours in order to get muscle memory, in order to do every single task that we're doing, rising to the trot. But here's the thing, if you're doing 10,000 hours, your body doesn't know the difference between 10,000 hours correct muscle memory or 10,000 hours incorrect muscle memory. So if you're for 10,000 hours looking down at your horse when you ride, all you're doing is telling your brain and your body to look down at your horse when you ride. You're developing 10,000 hours of looking down at your horse, which is why some of you have this impossible habit of breaking, because you've developed 10,000 hours teaching and training your body and your brain that that's what you're supposed to do. Okay, so the Equestrian A, who's floating around thinking she's not causing any harm because she's not following a plan, she's actually causing a lot of harm because she's developing 10,000 hours of muscle, doing things she doesn't need to do or she should be doing that her instructor would audit her for. Okay, so it's not enough to just have a 1 hour a week riding lesson with somebody telling you, look up where you're going. That's not going to undo the other 3 or 4 hours what you're riding a week where you're looking down. That means you're developing 4 hours looking down and 1 hour looking up. You're never, ever, ever going to get there that way. At that rate, you're going to develop 10,000 hours looking down way faster than you're going to develop 10,000 hours looking up where you're going. Okay, so Equestrian B, after she's done for the day, she heads home to relax and eat dinner with her family. She can actually end her day feeling like she's accomplished something, and now she's happy to celebrate her win with her family at home. Okay, she doesn't feel guilty to spend time with her family. She doesn't need to play on YouTube. She doesn't need to play on social media. She had a plan, she accomplished her plan, and she did that every single day. Every day she wakes up, she feels one step closer to her goal. Okay, so the difference between Equestrian A and Equestrian B, okay, and I want you guys to, like, whatever you commented earlier, some of you might have thought it's money, it's talent, it's nepotism, it's good looks, but the difference isn't any of those. It's not money, it's not talent, it's not one's richer, one's poorer, one's better looking than the other, one's more talented, one's Bill Gates' daughter. No, the difference is time management. Okay, Equestrian A spent 3 hours a day caring for her horse without actually accomplishing anything related to her riding goals. She spent another 2 hours online just surfing the internet, reading stuff and articles, watching YouTube videos that may or may not of it honestly was too advanced for her, didn't make sense, contradicted each other. So half of it she's not even going to remember 5 minutes after reading it. Okay, she spent 1 hour actually riding, which was more than Equestrian B. Equestrian B only spent a laser-focused 45 minutes. Okay, so this rider A technically rode more than rider B. Okay, she did 1 hour of riding, but it was an hour of unfocused, unplanned riding that only further ingrained all her bad habits. 1 hour added to her muscle memory bank of incorrect riding, making her riding instructor's job even more difficult than her lesson a week. Okay. Equestrian A, she's going to finish her month with 16 hours incorrect muscle memory firmly ingrained in her body. And then she's going to go to the horse show that month and wonder why she's not improving as much as she should be. Does that ring a bell for any of you guys? I want you to comment right now. Bell ringing. Okay, bell ringing. Equestrian B, on the other hand, she spent 45 minutes first thing in the morning on her fitness. She spent an hour working on her mindset. She spent 2 hours feeding her mind with riding techniques and tips related to her specific training plan and horse's needs. Then she spent 45 minutes laser focused riding her horse, working on improving her correct muscle memory and following a plan. Though her ride was shorter than the first equestrian's ride, she actually put way more hours in her muscle memory bank of correct muscle memory than equestrian B, or sorry, A. Equestrian B is going to finish her week with nearly 4 hours of improving her riding. Okay. And at the end of the month, that's 16 hours of positive muscle memory and 0 hours practicing incorrect muscle memory. On top of that, she also had an hour in total silence to just bond and connect with her horse and be present. Okay. She could also end her day feeling guilt free to spend time with her family. Here's my question to you. At the horse show at the end of the month, which equestrian do you think has the bigger chance of bringing home the A or equestrian B? I want you guys to type right now. Okay. Equestrian A or equestrian B? I mean, it's not rocket science. Okay. It's not rocket science. It's equestrian B. Okay. Yeah, sure. Things can go wrong for everyone. Okay. It's called horse riding. It's a sport in the Olympics for a reason. Okay. Yeah, sure. Equestrian A could have a lucky day. Equestrian B could have a bad day. But consistently, you're going to find that equestrian B is going to progress more regularly and is going to win more ribbons at the show because she's better prepared. Okay. So some of you guys, you're actually not reaching your riding goals due to a lack of systems rather than a lack of a talented horse or a lack of coaching, because some of you are already taking, once a week riding lessons. Okay. But the thing is, one riding lesson a week, and that's assuming your coach is like a really amazing high level coach that's consistently progressing you every single session, by the way. But even then, a one riding lesson a week, it's not really enough to make you stand out in the show ring against the equestrians who do have systems and training plans which they are following that keeps them fit, that keeps them mentally and emotionally healthy, and it keeps their horses on a training plan which actually works so that every single time they ride, they're developing that correct muscle memory. Okay. So for those of you who are kind of joining me today, that's the difference. Equestrian A and equestrian B, that's really the difference between what it is that I'm doing. Okay. That's what we do with our Riding Masters Academy and our virtual coaching programs. We are teaching you those systems and we teach you how to implement them. Okay. We help you turn yourself from equestrian A into equestrian B. So if any of you guys are interested in becoming equestrian B and finding out a little bit more about how you could submit me riding videos and get those training plans, what I want you to do right now is I want you to comment. Okay. I want you to comment, I'm in. And what I'll do is I will reach out to you and I will send you the application so you can send me your riding video and application. Okay. So thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope there was a lot of like ahas and light bulbs going off. Because there's a reason that 6% succeed and 94% don't. This really and truly is the biggest secret. Okay. It's not talent or luck or money or any of that good stuff. Okay. It's this, it's training plans, systems, and sticking to it. Okay. The only way that you can fail is if you quit. Yeah. If you quit, if you stop doing your training plans and you stop doing the system and you stop doing what works, then you're never going to get there. Okay. But if you stick to the plan, you stick to the system every single day, you're going to get one step closer and closer and closer and closer. And you've achieved your goals. Okay. Okay. I see somebody saying, I can't be equestrian B because I have a life beside horses, like a job. Both equestrian A and equestrian B had a full-time day job. These are not professional horse riders. These are amateurs. So if you think that you can't be equestrian B because you have a life and a day job, you're very wrong. You're very, very wrong. That's why we build training plans for everyone. Okay. All of our clients, they have training plans so you can have a life. Because if you don't have training plans mapped out for you, guess what? You're going to have to come up with those training plans yourself, which is going to take time away from your friends, your family, your job, your work. Okay, and that's why equestrian A is failing and equestrian B is succeeding. She didn't make those training plans. Equestrian B, she doesn't know how to make training plans. She doesn't know what exercises she needs to do. No, she's following our system because it works. Okay, so thank you, Facebook user, but that's called an excuse. That's called an excuse. But I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Okay. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And again, remember, if you guys are interested in being Equestrian B and you want to submit your writing application and video for me to see if you would be a good fit for what we do, then I want you to comment down below, I'm in. Okay, comment down below, I'm in. And I see we have Stephanie saying, bell ringing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. So comment I'm in and I will reach out to you guys. And yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me. And I will see you guys in next week's class. Thank you, everyone. Bye.